What's good, y'all? Quick message. Definitely with I just give y'all background on me. So, I end up getting a work injury, um, becoming disabled, uh, getting a nice settlement check or whatever. And since I got my settlement check, I've been targeted, oppressed, stalked, harassed, community stalked. Just crazy shit since I got my settlement check or whatever. Well, before my settlement check, actually, when I was, going through legal battles. Now that I, think back or whatever, I can't come rise up. I, yeah, I got little problems. But anyway, I think when I think back, it actually was going on why I was actually bad on the system, and doctors had told me specifically, um, because I was thinking it was my lawyers in cahoots, stuff like that, which I'm not denying. But I ended up firing my lawyers and everything. But a doctor advised me, back, when I was set on my case. I don't think it's your lawyers, but I do believe somebody's targeting you. 'Cause they was playing with my medication and stuff like this. It was a lot of theater and things going on around my home at the time as well, that I just thought was my neighbors doing weird stuff because they was older than me. And people just basically, complaining and stuff like that about stuff that's not their business, not their concern, like me cutting the lawn and taking out my trash off of my back patio. Um, Stuff neighbors would complain about and give me a hard time, but they would do little things like take my kids' stuff out of the backyard and just do stuff to fuck with my house and stuff like that. But I thought, it was just neighbors doing certain shit. I had no idea about gang stalking, community stalking, none of this stuff. I was completely unfamiliar with anything. I did hear a couple spiritual people that I watched speak about gang stalking, but never in details to the point that I knew what it was or what was going on. So I knew that I was being hacked and stalked, but I still didn't know it was a word for gang stalking. When I found out it was a word for gang stalking, you'll hear my song Gang Stalker. I wrote the song Gang Stalker. I was completely like, still to this day, I don't believe this shit is going on in America in 2024. um, and this is why I guess it's so hard to prove. This is why they make people think they're delusional. Um, Other people think that certain people are but delusional, because they do some of the most heinous shit you wouldn't believe our elders is out here doing. Especially knowing that it's COINTELPRO basically on a different level. And the reason why it's on a different level is because of how far technology have come. So the people can monitor you in your house. They're watching you 24/7 with little devices and new weirdo creep perverted technology. I experienced them driving up and down my block, making loud noises and just following me everywhere. A lot of, I call them the bingo bitches, because it looked like they got a lot of these old people out of the bingo hall, and they just follow you around on some weird stuff. Everywhere you go, from the moment I leave my house, they follow me. Hack me out of everything. They cost me a lot of money. Hack me out, just oppress me, like literally oppress me. Um, for years. Like this shit, it's been going on for years. Hacking me out of everything. I'm paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for everything from VPN subscriptions to virus protection. I swear I spent damn near $1,000 on virus protection probably. Before, uh, let me tell you how deep it is with me. If I put any virus protection on any of my devices, and this may be a tip for some of y'all that's getting hacked, whatever they're using if I put that on any of my devices, as soon as I put that on my devices, they take control of my devices and hack me out of shit. They literally changing the passwords to my phone, to emails that I'm dependent on, messing with my DNS. Now I learned this after years, that they do a lot of DNS spoofing and attacks on your DNS, and basically hacking me out of my stuff. Like I'm paying thousands of dollars for it. These people have cost me thousands of dollars, literally. Every router, I got plenty of routers, plenty of cell phones, um, every single thing they attack and they oppress me. Literally, this is what gang stalking is. From my experience, I'm still researching and learning little other stuff that's going on because it's deep. It's deep. Um, right now I'm in the process of talking to lawyers because these people have been, messing with me like for a long time. So they say get a private investigator and stuff like this. Well, we know, most of them you're not going to be able to trust too much either. But, I'm going to do more research on it and we're going to try it anyway. Definitely going to get forensics done on my phones and certain devices. That's pretty hefty. Like, especially when you're in my position, they target disabled people, they target felons, they target anybody that's vulnerable. They say the most targeted people is females. They say most targeted people are females. Anybody vulnerable, and they definitely want to take a dominant man away from the female, and probably put their own plant in their place. This is how these people move. Is real wicked. Is on a whole nother level of wickedness. Like yeah, it's crazy. So, this is just a little glimpse of my experience. I have a lot to come, a lot of podcasts and stuff that I already documented, but I thought this would be a proper introduction and basically tell you my situation and my background. Um, I noticed it when I became disabled. When my settlement check came, I always kind of felt like, it was y- we all know that, they watching in different ways. But yes, when my this definitely started happening, um why I was basically still in settlement. Not even that I settled my case. Like they was, I didn't want to settle my case. I have two neurological conditions. Well, I had one at the time. I had CRPS, which is chronic regional pain syndrome. You can look it up. It's a real vicious condition or whatever, that left me disabled or whatever. I ended up being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis years later. But the whole time this gang stalking was going on, I kind of feel like they probably was using some of them devices that triggered my multiple sclerosis. Um, like because I've been extremely healthy, that's why I still look fit. Like I still look, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, you know what I mean? But I go through the most. It's crazy. But anyway, so you got a little brief background of my situation and my story or whatever. I have reached out to the FBI, the Department of Justice, the DOJ, the Homeland Security, every possible thing they tell you to do, you should do. Even now, get a lawyer. The lawyer, they basically saying I have to go through all these other obstacles, like get a private investigator and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure, well, I anyway want to get forensics done on my phones and stuff, but this stuff costs money, it costs time, um, is torture in itself. You know what I'm saying? For a disabled person, this is a job. Like, you know what I mean? Because you still have to do some research on these people and, research on the situation because you don't want to go in the situation blind. Like I say, and gang stalkers can't trust the doctors, can't trust the coppers, can't trust the cable man watching with binoculars. Like, just real rap, you gotta watch everybody, um, because this is who they involve in it. They weaponize everything that we're dependent on. Everything we're dependent on, they weaponize it against us. Um, this is white supremacy, and is a is on a whole nother level right now. I'm sorry, I know a lot of white people is getting gang stalked, and I will always advise you, same way I do on my podcast, to understand that white supremacy is not white people. It's completely different. White supremacy is white people's greatest threat. It's America's greatest threat. Same way J. Edgar Hoover said that the greatest threat to America is Black Messiah. No, the greatest threat to America has always been white supremacy. This is the greatest nation with the most well, I can't say, well, I believe, I would probably have to do a little more research on the statistics though, but I would think this is the most mixed cultural place in the world, well, on the earth. You know what I'm saying? And it's worth protecting. That's what make us great, man. That's what make us strong. Um, and I think that's our greatest threat, and it always have been. I think make they give everybody a bad name. The police department, everybody, supremacy. It can all be linked back to white supremacy. Destroy, destroy, destroy everything. If you're not a part of them, they destroy you. Point blank, period, man. It just is what it is. History is my proof. Just go back in your books, look at the tactics that they're using. They used it against a lot of black civil rights leaders. Period. Back to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, to the Black Panthers movement. This has been the greatest threat to America probably since America was called America. Like, go back, man. I'm looking at people talking about, yeah, I was gang stalked in the 80s when I first was gang. I'm like, damn, bruh, really? I mean, technology, when we wasn't as dependent on technology, though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's on a whole nother level now because we're definitely dependent on technology in this day and age. But anyway, I think that's a good introduction. And, before I start cursing too much and doing stuff, which you see I do a little bit. And I've been trying to control myself. I think I'm pretty good for the circumstances. 'Cause these people have been oppressing me um, and costing me a lot of money, making it extremely difficult for me day to day. Period. But I have children. I got 4 children. I have 3 with me and 1 in college. Um, and I want to do better for them. I want to become a better parent for them. Even though I'm a great parent, I still want to be better. We always strive to perfection. And, just trying to do the best I can as a young disabled man out here. And these white supremacists have been oppressing me for a long time. So, because I like to laugh. And this shit's funny. So when I first they was hacking me for a while, but it wasn't as sophisticated as it is now. And it became more sophisticated. What I noticed, they was digging up the street. They was putting up poles, like they put up a pole in front of my house. I'm gonna show you the pole. I'm gonna show you where they was digging up the street at. And when they was digging up the street the first time, one of them said he's never going to know what's going on now. So they've been digging up the street again. This is years ago. Like, this is years ago when they first did it. So now they've been digging up the same spot again, and this just hit me the other day. I was just sitting there, I'm like, just thinking, I'm like, what the fuck they trying to do? Reverse the Underground Railroad? Like, this shit just fucking new. Like, I just like to laugh. I know. I laugh at my own pain, son. You know what I'm saying? But like, what the fuck are they doing and shit? Like, they be determined. these are where they say people are extremists. These are extremists. These are domestic terrorists. This is like, I'm like, bruh, like, do we get any more? Do you define? Can you find a better definition? I mean, besides them just shooting and blowing people up, which I kind of believe they are part of that too, and making people shoot and blow each other up. You can't believe that this amount of mass shootings and mass and just all these theatrics. They do a lot of theater. We gonna speak more on this later. I actually have talks about it, but it's a lot of bullshit. But we about 16 minutes, and that's pretty good for me, as y'all see. Y'all will see. But again, I'm Raphael Rashim. This is a part of the True I Speak podcast, my introduction, and I'm out.